Now they are co-owners of a lingerie shop, Livy Ray, here in Metro Atlanta. And they say they were body shamed by their landlord after swapping out thin models in their ads for photos of real women with real bodies. They were asked to take them down, they say, because the photos were in, quote, poor taste. Well, they join me now, Molly Hopkins and Cynthia Decker. And recently you got a phone call from one of the executives of the owners of this complex. And I understand you had that phone call, and he said this was a misunderstanding. How did that conversation go?
Well, basically, they expressed that the person who was in charge of the decision from our particular property, because they own tons of properties, that there was a misunderstanding and that we were welcome to keep our windows up, and they don't operate off of any of the creeds of, that were expressed to me in poor taste.
But there were women in this campaign, real bras, real women, real stories. Yeah. How did they feel that those photos were swapped out, one, when you spoke to them, and how did you feel? Having put this out there in hopes that this would start a conversation about we all need to focus on real women.
Well, we didn't want to tell them. I mean, it was one of those things that when we were told that they needed to come down because they were in poor taste, we were like, what's in poor taste? You have to tell us what that is, or we're not taking these down. They didn't have an answer for the poor taste.
We have reached out to the company for a comment. We have not heard back, but we sort of use this as a way to have a larger conversation. Mm-hmm. What do you think this says about the standards that's set for women and what needs to change about that?
I think that it's been the same for so long that no one has wanted to bust that mold, or get out and say something. For us, every woman is beautiful. Everyone has the opportunity to be an angel, or however you live day to day. We wanted to take a stand, we wanted to be proud and let these women see you are a customer, we are you, you are us, we're all the same. There's not a whole lot that really differentiates us, and we wanted to have this out there. And how are you going to tell someone who is in a wheelchair that has MS that her image has to come down? She said for the first time ever that she felt so beautiful in a long time, because she was very active prior to this debilitating disease, and she wanted to look sexy in lingerie, even if it was just for herself. So it was really about the message, what we're trying to do for women all over the world.
And I think that's probably why you didn't want to tell them that they had made this
We weren't going to do it.
And would they say when you had to?
We told them we're not taking it down. I mean, it was one of those things. It wasn't really ever a thought in Molly and I's mind that we would take them down, because we decided it a year ago when we decided to do this campaign, the Real Bras, Real Women, was it was a movement. It was a revolution is what it was. And we were going to launch it nationally, but we weren't expecting this to do it. But we really wanted to get the word out that women, all women are beautiful. You don't have to. I guess I'm tired of riding by and seeing this standard Victoria's Secret model or the perfect model up there on the billboards looking gorgeous, because honestly, I'm never going to look like that.
And you know what? Giving a platform to real women is what we hope we've done here today by bringing the two of you on, shining a light on this topic. And I know this is something you're passionate about. We're going to put the story on our Facebook page so people can learn more about what you're doing. Thank you so much for being with me, Molly Hopkins and Cynthia Decker. You take care. Have a good rest of the week.
Thank you. Bye.
Well, Andy Schills has you.